Publicis Group, the world's third largest communications and advertising group, posts Q3 revenue. And I'm joined by the group's CEO, Arthur Sadoun. Arthur Sadoun, hello, thank you for being with us.
Bonjour Nadia, thank you for being here.
Now, Publicis Group reported Q3 revenue this morning. What are the key figures to look out for?
When it comes to Q3, we said very clearly in July that we were committed to find a sequential improvement on growth on Q3 versus Q2. As you know, in Q1, we reported a minus 1.2%. In Q2, we had a plus 0.8%, which was actually better than expected. And I'm pleased to tell you that in Q3, we are at plus 1.2%. So we actually delivered what was promised. The main reason of this number comes from something that is very important for us, which is a kind of dynamic, I would say actually the kind of recovery we're having in the US, where we are posting a plus 3%. This plus 3% is mainly due to the power of one that we have put in place, making sure that our team work together to win more. And we had good wins in the last 12 months, starting with Lowe's, USAA, or Walmart, that have made a big impact in the dynamic of the team and obviously in our results. We see a slight decline in Europe with a minus 1.5, which is actually to compare with a tough comparable last year at the same period, which was almost at plus 8%. All in all, I would say that first of all, we have delivered what we promised, which was obviously very important for us. And in a challenging industry context, we are quite pleased with this result.
And what are the other highlights of the last few months?
I mean, the numbers are something, but it's also interesting to look at new business and our way we can attract talent. Why? Because it shows our competitiveness, our power of attraction, and more importantly, it shows the kind of direction we want to give to the company. When you look at new business, I mean, I'm not going to list you everything that we want. I would just take 3 examples because they are very significant when you think at the way we want to position ourselves, will it be in creative, in media, or in technology. In creative, and we all know that having big ideas that change the future of our clients is extremely important, we have been winning the Diesel account at a global level. It's a highly creative account, and it was won against very creative agency, and it means that in what is still a raison d'être, we are very competitive. The second win is in media. I'm not going to list you all the wins we had, but 2 significant in the US. Southwest Airlines, very important account, and Lionsgate, that we just won recently. And I will finish in what we do in digital business transformation. We had this very important win that we are sharing with Capgemini on McDonald's and the way we're going to reinvent the restaurant experience. So as you can see, a very broad scope of win in different sectors, always using the power of one. Same thing for talent. Convincing new clients to join Publicis is obviously extremely important. But as important is to retain and bring the best talent in the industry. And we are very pleased with the talent that have joined in the last months. I will start with Agathe Bousquet, that is now running France and already starting to have a strong impact. As you might have seen, we did exactly the same thing as Agathe in the UK, putting a CEO for the country with Annette King, that is coming from Ogilvy. And I said in July that I wanted to find a chief talent officer to actually help us out to manage, train, retain, and attract the best talent. And Emmanuel André, who was the former president of TBWA Worldwide, just joined. What is important there is obviously our power of attractiveness. But I would say more importantly, for me, it's a great sign to see those kind of very strong leaders to join Publicis because they feel that joining us, they will have an opportunity to actually invent the future with us and turn what are the challenges of our industry into their opportunities.
Well, you just used that word challenges, and listening to analysts and investors, it does seem that your industry is facing huge challenges. What are your thoughts on that?
Or at least when, I won't say that I was not working during summer. Obviously I was. But I was also reading the press, and I have to admit that the news flow was quite worrying, at least for the financial market. Maybe I give you my point of view in a few seconds. First of all, it's true, our industry is facing a lot of challenges. The consumer is changing, the media landscape is being disrupted, we see new kind of competition, and yes, our clients are facing difficulties when it comes to growth, when it comes to margin, and when it comes to brand trust. But there is nothing new there. This has been the case for years. So the question is, should we continue to list our difficulties, sometimes to justify our own problems, or should we, in an urgent and committed way, change for better? This is the choice that we have made. It's not an easy choice, by the way, but as you have seen with the acquisition of Sapient, we are really at the core of the digital business transformation of our clients. With the power of one, we are breaking down the silos, and this is why you see this dynamic in the US today. And since 4 months, we have really shifted from being a company that stands for communication to a true partner in transformation. We have moved from being an holding company to being a platform, and we are really putting a big focus on our talent to make sure that we have the right team. And as you see, it's too early to say that everything is fine. Obviously, there are bumps in the road, and change, as I said, is difficult. But we are incredibly optimistic about the kind of dynamic we are putting in place.
And finally, do you have any visibility on Q4 and perhaps even 2018?
Q4 is a quarter of adjustment for our clients. So I will stay on what I said in July, which is we want to have an H2 that is better than H1. And concerning 18, we are giving you a rendezvous, as we say here, for an investor day that will happen on the 20th of March in London.
Arthur Sadoun, thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup, Nadia. Thank you very much for coming.